Okay, I'd now like to take a look at phase 2 of the 26-week Internet Marketing Plan framework, and this phase is called Get Social and Turn on the Tap. Okay, so let's zoom out here and have a look at this part of the framework. Okay, so if we zoom up here, we'll get to week number 7. And if you can just move the cursor across. Oh, here we go. So week 7 is, as you can see, blogging. So blogging, what's blogging about really? Now, in terms of internet marketing and internet marketing value, blogging is so much more than just an online diary, than just a facility to add your opinion about a particular topic online and get other people out there to comment on what you're doing. A blog offers so much more than that, and you have to take advantage of completely what it offers, otherwise you're missing out significantly on your internet marketing capability. Okay, so what is a blog really? A blog is a content management system for your whole website. A blog enables you to publish your own posts, to publish your own pages, and manage the publication of those posts and pages in different categories. But also, more importantly, once you publish a new post or page via a blog content management system like WordPress, then you actually make search engines aware automatically as soon as you've actually published a new post. Now, this is very significant. This means that if you've got some important keyword phrases in your post title and your post content, then the chances are that post or page will probably rank very highly in Google and other search engines as soon as you've published that new post. That's right, a blog is very, very search engine friendly. So much more so than if you just published a plain HTML web page. If you just published a plain HTML web page just using a normal content management system without blog technology built in there, then what would happen is you'd still have to make search engines aware of that page. You don't have to do that if you publish with blogging as a content management system, because all that automated making search engines aware of the new post is automatically built into your blog. So always, always, always use a blog to add new content to your website. Selecting a blog host. Well, hopefully you've chosen a decent host already, which allows automatic, easy installation of WordPress and makes it really easy to actually run your blog from your web host. If not, then perhaps you need to rethink that, but perhaps a host like HostGator, HostMonster in the US of A, VidaHost in the UK. There's lots of other hosts out there that support one-click installation of WordPress, and that's the kind of host that I'd certainly recommend you taking a look at. Make sure you choose a really decent blog design. There are plenty of professional WordPress themes out there that's available for only about $99 or something like that. And you can create a wonderful professional looking website out of that. You can also get third-party software add-ons completely free of charge that add some bespoke functionality to your blog. It's also important to submit your blog to various directories out there, because if you do that, it makes the automation of your blog marketing a lot more successful. If you submit your blog, for instance, to about 50 different blog directories out there, then what will happen is when you publish a new blog post, then the content that you publish will automatically refresh in these blog directories that you've submitted to. So whenever you add new content to your site, the viral impact of what you're doing and the content you're adding has such a greater impact. So make sure you do that blog directory submission as well. Okay, now moving on to week 8. And that is RSS. Now, RSS is something which stands for Really Simple Syndication. And it allows users to subscribe to updates to your website, to your blog, to your content basically. And your readers can subscribe to different categories in your blog. There are free RSS subscription software out there like Google Reader, but RSS is a great way, as well as letting your readers to subscribe to your content, is a great way to distribute your content, because as well as blog directories, there are lots of RSS directories out there. So make sure you submit your RSS feeds to all these RSS directories as well, and that'll help to further automate the blog marketing that you do. One other thing about RSS feeds, I highly recommend that you use a service called FeedBurner. FeedBurner basically gives you stats for your RSS feed. It'll change your RSS feed URL into a FeedBurner URL, and you give that URL to your readers instead of your standard feed address. Sounds a bit complicated, no problem really. You just go into the FeedBurner website and that'll explain everything for you. But use a FeedBurner feed address, and then make sure you submit your feed to lots of different RSS directories out there as well. Moving on to week 9, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. These are the three biggies when it comes to social media. And you should at least be experimenting with social media by now. You should be having a think about your Facebook page strategy. That's not Facebook profile, Facebook page. Every business should have a Facebook page. A page is completely different to your profile, and you don't add lots of friends to your personal Facebook account. You encourage people to like you on your Facebook page because it's got a lot more business functionality built into it. That's what Facebook are encouraging businesses to do now, and that'll certainly be worthwhile doing that in the future. Think about your social media brand voice. You know, it's just all about being consistent and being consistent with your brand image. Tweeting. Now with Twitter, of course, you can interact with anyone out there. They don't necessarily have to be your friends directly. So it's a great way to actually network, but network online. And of course with LinkedIn, you get tools like LinkedIn Answers, LinkedIn Questions, so you can actually ask questions, answer questions, and develop yourself as an authority in your niche. There are lots of different ways that you can use Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook. That's just touching on a few of them, you know, but it's certainly worthwhile experimenting with that a little bit, having a look to see what your competitors are doing at the moment with regards to social media. Online networking, so we've covered that. Social media management. It's just so important just to keep in touch, keep on top of things. Now, in terms of social media syndication, that's week 10. What that's all about is actually just making sure that everything you do is replicated, distributed to all your different social media profiles. The thing about online work is once you set things up, once you set procedures up, if you set up decent procedures, then when you do one task, the work that you do is replicated and distributed to different social media platforms. So make sure you set things up to automatically update and make things easy for yourself. Now, there are also people directories as well. So if your name is very important to your business brand, it's very, very important that you search for your name online and just see what kind of reputation you have. You know, perhaps someone's written some kind of bad review about yourself personally. So what you need to do is manage your reputation. That's moving on to week 11 there. Reputation management. So you need to manage your personal reputation, but you also need to manage your business reputation. You need to think about what people are seeing when they type in your brand name into the first page of Google. Is everything positive? Is everything, you know, if not positive, at least reasonable? no one expects to see 100% positive information, but it's important to try and ensure that really bad reviews or information or even negative information about you isn't seen. So how can you do that? Well, you know what search engine optimization is? All you have to do is optimize certain pages on Google for the keyword phrases that you want to be found for your brand name. So whatever your business brand name is, pick 20 or so different websites out there that you know allow company brand submissions, and then actually trying to optimize those different pages out there for your company brand. Build backlinks to those pages. And then after a while, what will happen is when you search Google for your brand name, anything negative that's out there will be on pages maybe 2 or 3, so people won't end up finding that. So reputation management is very, very significant nowadays. Week 12, press releases. Press releases, well, I mean, it sounds quite traditional and not necessarily an internet marketing form of marketing, but press releases are exceedingly important still, because there are lots of press release distribution sites online. So to begin with, you can get a press release to about 30, 40, 50 plus different websites out there to begin with, so you can get your story syndicated very, very quickly. But also journalists are all online now, so journalists will check out these press release distribution sites, and if you submit decent press releases, you can very quickly find your story appearing in national newspapers and different publications out there. So consider press releases. Look at the tips here. Make them short and punchy. Format your press release correctly. Think of where you're submitting. Track the publication. Track the publication with things like Google Alerts as well. And then moving on to week 13, pay-per-click. Pay-per-click is basically advertising like Google AdWords, where what happens is you get an advert online. It's a very basic advert with a title and a description and a website address, and you pay for every single click on that particular advert. Now you can pay for that advert to appear, and it appears depending on what keyword phrase people search for in Google. Now, that can cost a lot of money. It can cost up to £10 a click. However, there are certain long tail keyword phrases again. If you drill deeply, if you think out of the box, that are quite cheap still. There are some keyword phrases that only cost maybe about 5 cents or something like that per click. So research your keyword phrases, test pay-per-click marketing, because although pay-per-click might be expensive, I'll tell you what, it's the quickest way of driving thousands and thousands of visitors to your website immediately. So it's one of the best strategies if you really want to get kick-started quickly. So you'll find a lot more information about all these weeks, of course, in the 26-week Internet Marketing Blueprint at 26weekplan.com/blueprint. So there we go, that's phase 2, get social and turn on the tap.